Hi everyone, I'm Kim Shepard and this is the Milford Resident app. So we're going to start off by launching our app, which is right here, splash screen, and the home screen. So the home screen for this app actually contains the global navigation. You can see it right here with these categories. We have payments and requests, activities, library, restaurants and businesses, get around, public works, your reps, and voting. Now, this global navigation can also be found throughout the app by opening the side menu here. As you can see, all of those categories are present. The side menu also contains links to the town's social media accounts as well as their main website. And a user can adjust the app settings and view terms and privacy information in the side menu as well. So now we're going to head over to the search function right here. The search function is also available throughout the app. Users can search all content on the app right in one place. So we can put a search in here. Boom, it'll show up here in the search results. We can look at our recent results. Pretty straightforward. We're going to head home. And next to search throughout the app will also be the alerts section. This will include emergency alerts and other alerts that users opt in. So we're going to explore now, you saw me use it earlier, the lower menu here, the different tabs available. So we have home, contact, chat, map, and calendar. So we're going to explore a few of these using scenarios I used in usability testing. So we're going to start off with one of the tasks, which was for users to use the app to ask animal control if they've seen or have their missing dog. So we're going to start off with the chat feature. This is a live chat feature. And as you can see, it's very similar to many other live chat features. We have recent conversations we've engaged with. So these would be indicators that we have a message waiting for us that we haven't viewed yet. So it doesn't look like we've started a conversation with animal control before. So we're going to head up here to the menu and open it. And we're going to choose animal control. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to start my chat here. All chats start with a pre-built message. Hi, how can we help you today? So I need to ask, do you have my dog or have you seen it? So I'm going to come down here, open up my keyboard, type in my message, and it will appear there. Have you seen my dog? Now, if I also wanted to include a picture of my dog for reference, perhaps I can choose this icon right here and upload it. If I also would rather prefer to talk to animal control, or perhaps they might message me back and ask me to get on the phone with them, that can happen right here in the live chat as well. So I can open up their phone number, go directly there. That's great. Another feature as well, and this is very helpful for any remote meetings you may need with government leaders. That's very important right now in the world of COVID-19. Perhaps you need to request a record that requires identification. You could as well video chat with the different departments available in the live chat feature and get that business taken care of as well. So now we're going to head back to our main chat window. You can see that our conversation with animal control has appeared here at the top now, and as soon as they reply, there'll be a little icon next to it letting me know there's a message for me. So the other way that you can reach out to people in government through the app is the contact feature. We're going to head over there right now. So the contact feature, similar to the chat feature, maybe a little longer form or less of immediate needs. We're going to open up and say, okay, I want to talk to animal control. Perhaps it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We logically know that animal control, they're not going to answer a live chat and nobody's going to be on the phone. So I just want to send them a message that they see first thing in the morning asking them, have you seen my dog? So I'm going to choose animal control. Type in my subject and my other information. And we have my information about what my question and my inquiry is, my name, my contact for email, and now I can put my contact for phone in, and everything looks good. And I'm going to send this off to animal control. Okay, my message has been submitted. It also says that if I need something urgently to reach out via chat from these hours to these hours or via phone, that's great. Or if something changes, perhaps I found my dog and I want to tell them, everything's fine. You don't have to look for him anymore. If this were a communication I wanted to save the confirmation for some records, perhaps I'm talking to the mayor's office or something and I want for my records an indication of when I contacted them initially, you can do that here as well. You can save this as a PDF and email it to yourself, put it in your files, print it out, whatever you prefer. So now we're going to go over to the map feature. And the map feature, as you open it, you'll see it's Explore Milford. So you can see on this map in many different categories of things. So we're going to open up the filters up here. And you can see you can check to view beaches, businesses, municipal buildings, parks, restaurants, trails, transit routes, and you can do any combination of these. So right now we have restaurants checked, and that's because one of the tasks we asked users in usability testing to do was to find an Italian restaurant to make a reservation for dinner on Saturday night. So that is already checked. If we perhaps were going to have dinner with someone who prefers public transit or we're using public transit, maybe we want to put transit routes on here as well to view visually what restaurants align easily with our chosen transit routes. But for now, we're just going to stick with restaurants. You can also, if you had a specific restaurant or, a specific category, like we're searching Italian, you could also search for that here as well. But we're just going to choose one of these restaurants and do a little exploring. So this one looks good. So this is Antonelli's restaurant. So I could call them directly in here. It'd pop up similar to the live chat. I can get directions. Oh, that sounds good. Let's get directions. And this will default to directions from your current location. So you can see this is my current location and looks like a short walk to Antonelli's. They're about a mile away from me currently. That looks great. So I'm also curious maybe what their menu is, who are they? I've never been there before. So let's get some information about them. So that takes them to the restaurant info page where we can view the menu. We could get directions here as well, call them here as well, make a reservation. Here's all the information about it, what categories of restaurants they fall under. Oh, great, they're a bar as well. Like maybe I can meet there for drinks before we have dinner. That sounds good. Exactly what their address is if you need it for reference, and ways you can connect with them either via social media or their website. So that all looks good. So now we're going to head home and we're going to explore one of the other tasks that I did in usability testing, which was for users to use the app to pay their annual property tax bill. So if you remember our categories from our global navigation, you'll remember that payments and requests is an option. So we're going to head there. As you can see, there are many different categories under payments and requests, including view and pay taxes. And so that's where we're going to head next. And this is all visually aligned exactly like the home screen, so very familiar for users as they transition from one level of navigation to the next. Okay, so I have to search for my bill. There are tens of thousands of people in my town, so that makes sense. Easiest way, probably my last name. I always know my last name. I don't need the bill next to me. But in case I did have the bill next to me, or perhaps in someone with a really common last name and I want to get straight to the point, I can put my list number in. But either search is a fine way to find what you need. So we're going to search for my tax bill. Okay, and here's all the results. I searched by my last name. So as you can see, there are different categories. So there are car bills and there are house bills. And so it's really easy. A lot of households may have multiple cars, maybe even multiple properties. So this helps you to easily see, okay, here's my last name. So this would be the section where my last name appears and I'm looking for a car or I'm looking for a house that I want to pay. So over here we have the person's full name. If you have a common name like Smith is displayed, your address is below it so you can verify that's my address versus somebody else's. What year the bill is for, so we're looking to pay our 2020 bills, the type it is, and the address for the house, or the type, make and model and year for the car. Perhaps you have multiple cars in your household, you want to know which one you haven't paid yet, and the amount it's for. So this is my name. So we're going to go ahead and choose this. So here's my name. I have the list number. If I have the bill with me, I can verify this is my record. I can verify once again, this is my car. It's the correct bill I want to pay. My bill is $340. Oh, but it looks like I've paid $170 already, so I've already made an installment. And if I want to view that payment history, perhaps I forgot to save a receipt for it and I need that for the next tax year. I can go right here, see that I paid on April 25th via credit card $170. I can click on this, save my confirmation in a PDF, email it to myself, print it out, whatever I need. So we're going to go back to my bill page. Also, perhaps I've lost my bill. That's something also that helps, and I want to keep a record of it, so I can save the overall bill as well as a PDF. So now I want to get on to paying this, so I can go straight to make a payment, but perhaps I'm in a household that I want to pay for multiple list items at once, my house and maybe my car at the same time. I don't want to have to go through the process twice. So if I start off with my car, I could just add this to my cart like I'm going to do right here. And then I could go back to the previous page, go to my house, add that to my cart, and move on. But for right now, I just have the single bill I want to pay. So I'm going to go up here to my cart. And if I had multiple ones, they would be here. If I'd accidentally added one that doesn't belong to me, I can remove it. But we're going to proceed to payment. So I want to pay $170. If this were the full amount of $340 and I was only wanting to make one installment, I could right here edit that information, put a different amount, but I'm good with 170, so we're going to cancel that. I need to put information about my payment. So I'm paying via a credit card, and I'm paying with one that's in my name. If obviously it was on somebody else's name, you should make sure that's why it says name on card. So not your name, not the name on the tax bill. Perhaps you're paying somebody else's tax bill. So you want to make sure that it's very clear. So I put my name in. I choose that I want a credit card, not a debit card. You can also choose electronic check. That would change this information down here to the input fields that are related to electronic checks. So instead of card number, etc. So we're good with that. Put my credit card in, put my card number in. And then we also have our expiration date field here, pretty straightforward. The slash will be put in automatically, but it appears there so users are not confused. And then we have the CVV, which a lot of people always forget specifically what that is. So there's a little question mark here that users can click on to remind them exactly where on their card they should be looking for that. Just a handy little thing. I know I kind of forget every once in a while which number it is. So down here, this was the zip code for the card. Some people have billing addresses that are different from their mailing address. So this little detail here, if somebody who has the situation would clarify, we need your zip code for your card's billing address. So everything looks good. I come down here. Oh, it looks like there's a payment disclaimer. That makes sense. Maybe there's, privacy, security, data, information I need to understand. So if I want to read that, I can click that here. All the information appears here. Super straightforward. Looks good. So I'm going to agree to that. So I think I'm all set. And I'm ready to continue. So this is the page where I can confirm I haven't made a typo. So I'll be like, okay, I'm paying the right amount. My name and my card information is correct. If I have made a typo, I can go back to the previous screen and edit it, but I'm good. So I want to submit my payment. It looks secure. Everything looks comfortable to me. So I'm going to move forward and submit my payment. And it went through. So big check mark. I'm relieved that task is complete. It's telling me that I should see this on my account in 5 to 7 business days, so I'm not going to be anxious looking every single day. And once again, if I want to save this, I need a receipt for maybe next tax year to prove I paid these property taxes. I can save that right here in whatever form I prefer. So we're going to head back to the main navigation, and we're going to explore one of the other tasks that we use in usability testing. And this was that the user was to use the app to report there was a large pothole outside their house. So if you remember correctly, Public Works is a category in our global navigation. So we're going to head there. And you can see, once again, we're at another navigation screen and we got to choose our category. So we would choose report a problem. However, there's another way we can actually get to this, and that is by going back here. You remember payments and requests? So requesting Public Works to fill a pothole is a request. It makes sense. So it's also available right here. So you can report a problem from either point in the app. So here's our form. And what type of problem do we have? Well, we have a pothole. There's also other categories, but we're going to go with pothole. I can put in information, maybe how big it is, maybe I've seen a car have a problem, maybe I know it's on the left-hand versus the right-hand side of the road, or it's very near a storm drain. Any details I think that's going to allow Public Works to come out with the right equipment and the right team to get the job done. I put the location where the pothole is. Maybe it's an address, maybe it's an intersection. Any details can help. My name, in case what I've put in is not clear. They can contact me. They can contact me via email, or I can put my phone number in, and they can contact me via phone as well. So I can be a helpful reference when they need it. So everything looks good. I'm going to submit this. And it's done. Oh, and I've been thanked for helping. I have a reference number here. So in case it's been a couple weeks and nothing's happened, maybe I can follow up with Public Works and all I have to do is give this number and say, this is the report I filed. Do you have it? Did something go wrong? Are you planning on this? Very quick way for them to reference it. Also, if something changes, maybe the pothole's gotten bigger. Maybe there's 3 potholes now. I can just send them a quick contact. I can do that via the chat feature, or here's a direct email to them as well. And if I click on this, it'll open up the contact feature. And I just send them a note and I can say the subject is, report number, this number. And that way, if something changes, I don't put in a different report and duplicate it and they think there's 5 potholes on my street when there's really only 2. So that's really handy. And if I want to save that for whatever reason, I want to bring this to my records, save it the way I prefer. I can also go back. Maybe I've noticed there's a couple problems around my street. They've been bugging me for a little while, but, maybe there's a street sign down and there's a pothole. So I can go straight back to the beginning and start another form that will be a different report number and a different project for them to work on. So now we're going to return home to our global navigation. And we're going to return to the task about the restaurant. If you remember, the task for users was to make a reservation for dinner on Saturday night at a local Italian restaurant. Now, we kind of explored how you could do that through the map feature. It's a little less common of a route someone could take, although if you're a person who prefers to visually explore or geographically explore, it's a really great way to do so. But since we're specifically wanting an Italian restaurant, we're going to go straight here to restaurants and businesses. And we have 2 categories, the fork and the road. I'm interested in restaurants, not businesses. And this gives us all the restaurants available in town, organized right now A to Z. As you can see, there's a lot. So I really want to hammer this down to just Italian restaurants. So I'm going to head over and toggle to filter. And I'm going to choose Italian. I'm good with all price ranges because I want to see all my options. It's Saturday night out. I can see a distance either from my current location or from an address. If I choose address, a field will pop up. I will put that information in there. And then I will say that I want to see a radius around me of 10 miles. That's basically the entire town. So if perhaps I wanted to go somewhere within walking distance of my house, I would put, within a mile. But I'm okay anywhere I want to go, but it's an option. So I can also specify when I want to go. So what date and what time. Some restaurants are only open certain days of the week. Certain restaurants are only open certain times of the day. So it's really, if you have specific plans, if you're wanting to go to specifically dinner or specifically breakfast, you kind of want to filter out all those restaurants that might fill into the category of the food they serve, but don't fall in the category that I'm looking for of time and date. So let's go ahead and say we want to go Saturday. Okay, let's go 7:30. That sounds good. That all looks good. I'm going to filter. I'm going to apply these. Oh, and there you go. Here are all our filtered results. So we've got a lot of only Italian restaurants now available. So if I'm a person who prefers A to Z and I'll just look through them, that's great. I can view the menus right here on this page. I can also get directions there right on this page. It tells me what category in terms of expense this falls into and what other potential categories as well. But perhaps I'm someone who prefers to look at things visually. Perhaps I'm that map person who didn't realize I could go through the map. So I can change this view to see the list in a map view. That will show them all on my screen right here, little dots, my current location in comparison to them. And I can do just as I did in the map feature. I can click on this. Okay, that looks good. I can call them. I can get information. I can get directions. I can get directions right here on the screen. That all looks awesome. So perhaps, though, I don't want to view the map view. I want to see the names of the restaurants. I want to see the pictures of the food. That's really what draws me in. So we're going to go back to A to Z. And we're just going to choose this first one because this bowl of spaghetti looks good. We're going to open up here. Remember this page from our map view? It's the same one. It will appear for every restaurant. And so here you can also view the menu, directions, call, and reservation. That's what we're looking for. Now, some restaurants, some places that you eat don't have reservations, don't require them, don't take them. So that just won't be present for those. But for those who do, this will take you directly to a reservation form. This will be deposited in the restaurant's requested email address wherever they take reservations via email. So it's not a big like tech integration on the back end. You just have to, from a content standpoint, get the restaurants to say, yes, I take reservations, no, I don't. And here's the email I'd prefer for reservation requests to go to. It's pretty straightforward. So we're going to put our name in, the name we want the reservation under, and when we'd like to go. So I'd like to go on Saturday at 7:30. And then which way I'd like to be contacted. Do I want phone or do I want email? Some people prefer to be emailed. Some people prefer the phone. I'm more of an email person. I don't want to have to, at a specific moment, unexpectedly answer the phone and deal with something I wasn't prepared for. I'd rather get just a message I can read and respond to. So I'm going to put my email in here. And that's all I need. So I'm going to submit this. And it's been submitted. So it says they've received my reservation request and they'll be in contact. And hopefully that communicates to people that the contact will happen outside the app. It's not within the app. But perhaps my plans change. So they're providing me a little information. I can call them directly. Perhaps I meant to say 6:30. Perhaps I want to go Sunday instead of Saturday, or I need to cancel that reservation. Things that the quick reservation form cannot handle. So I can reach out to them directly. This will open right here. If I know I immediately screw something up, it was supposed to be 7, not 7:30, I can call and request that information to be changed. So I can return to Antonelli's. Perhaps I want to look at the menu a little bit more, or I can return to all the restaurants. So this was the Milford Resident app, and I hope you enjoyed it.